Hello, this is Mr. Price, and this is your video on the Unit 10 PLT, all on angles. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to remind you of our compass points, just to help us out a little bit when estimating some of these. So I'm going to start with straight up as 0 degrees. Okay, and as I move about in these sort of corners, I know each one is 90 degrees, so it goes 90 degrees, then 180 degrees, and then another 90 degrees, which is 270, and then back to 0 or 360. Okay, now it might help me to put these little corner ones on here as well. So I know that half of 90 is going to be 45, so each corner I go up in is also going to go up in 45s as well. So I'm going to put those up there as well. Okay, so I'm going to have 45, then 90, and then 135, and then 180, and then 225, 270, and then 200 and 315, I mean. That's it. And that just might help us to estimate some of these. So, I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say that this angle here is 0. So I'm going to orientate my little compass helper to help me. Okay, so let's go this way round, so it's going to help. So, actually, rather frustratingly, I'm going to have to possibly... I'll tell you what, no, I won't start that at 0. Here's something I can do. I'll start here at 0. Okay, so I'm going to rotate that round so it's in line with me. Okay, and rotate that down by 0. I'm going to go right. It's clearly more than 90 degrees. Okay, it's just a little bit more than 90. Okay, so it's not quite as much as 135. So I would say maybe about the 115 mark might be a pretty good shout. And I actually don't know what this angle is at the moment, honestly, so we'll find out how close I am. I'm going to guess that's 115. Okay. Let's start with the next one. So I'm going to rotate my angle round so it's quite easy for me to read. I'm going to start here at 0. I'm going to use my little helper here to help me. And I'm looking at that being actually pretty close to 45 degrees, actually. So if that's 90, it's maybe looks a little bit more, so maybe about 48 or so, but not a huge amount more. So my guess for this one is going to be 48. Okay, number 3, and I'm going to start here at 0. And by the way, you can start here at 0, but just so that my compass helper is aligned the same way. It's clearly more than 90, and it looks just a little bit less than halfway. So I'm going to guess that one is about 130. And now finally for this one, again I'm going to start here at 0. So it's more than 180, it's more than 270, it looks just a little bit more than halfway. So I'm going to guess that to be about 320. Done. Okay, so now I want to check my answers by measuring the angles. Okay, and this is where it's a little bit awkward, where I've got these completely wrong, but we shall see how we go. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So, a reminder of how to measure correctly. I'm going to put my crosshair so that this is over. I'm going to turn that light off. So, there we are. So I'm going to put my crosshair so that it's over the line, and I'm going to make sure that my 0 goes perfectly over the line, and I'm going to count up from 0 until I get to my line. So there's 90, 100, 110. That looks, if I extend this line along a little bit more, okay, that looks like 110, 111. I make that 112 degrees. So actual 112 degrees. I was pretty close. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, once again, I'm going to extend my line just so it's easier to read when I go to do it. Okay, rotate it around so it's easier to read. Put my crosshair on the vertex. Okay, and make sure my 0 line goes through, and I'm going to count from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I make that about 59. So actual there, 59. I was further off with that one, not quite so good a guess. So that was 59 degrees. Okay, this one. I'm going to extend my line again. Put my crosshair on the point. Make sure my line goes through that line. And now count from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. And I make that 127. Very close. Okay, and the whole point of guessing first is so that if you read the wrong point on your protractor, you will know that you're wrong because it was way out, so you've read the wrong scale. Okay, now to measure this reflex angle, I'm going to measure this angle. Okay, and I'm going to extend my line to help me, and then take this away from 360. So, put my compass point on the end, so my protractor point, I beg your pardon, and now start from 0, 10, 20, 30, 35, that is 36 degrees. So that one there is 36 degrees. So to get my actual answer, I need to do 360, take away 36, and that is going to give me 324. So again, I was very close. And that is part 5 done. Now it wants me to label each angle acute, obtuse or reflex. This one is more than 90 degrees, so that is an obtuse angle. This one is less than 90 degrees. This is an acute angle. This one is more than 90 degrees, so this is an obtuse angle. And this one is more than 180 degrees. This is a reflex angle. Okay, let's have a look at section 2. I want to calculate the missing angles, and it's not drawn accurately, so I must calculate them. Now, I know that angles on a straight line sum to 180 degrees. So to work out this angle here, it's going to be 112, take away, sorry, I beg your pardon, it's going to be 180, take away 112. Okay, and once you do your subtraction method, you get an answer of 68 degrees. So well done if you got 68 degrees for that question. Make sure you show your workings out. Okay, exactly the same for this one. So the whole angle here, including B and 32, is 180. So 180, take away 32 will give us our answer. And that comes to be 148 degrees. Okay, now this one is asking for this angle. Now there's extra lines on this angle, but I'm only going to look at one set of points at a time. So these lines meet at this point. So these are the angles that I know add up to 180. So angle C is going to be 180, take away 12, and that is going to be 168. Okay. Angle E, I've got 3 angles to worry about now. So I need to do 180, take away 90, take away 51 to get my angle E. Now I already know 180 take away 90 is going to be 90. So I've got to do 90 take away 51, and that's going to give me 9 to get to 60. So that's going to be 39 degrees, this angle here. Okay, question 5. Now, I'm looking at angles at points. So, this one's a little bit trickier. Now, this angle and this angle are both on the same straight line. So I can get angle F by doing 180, take away 32. And that is going to give me 148. Okay, and now I've got 148 plus 32 plus 71. And then I'm just going to take that away from 360. So 148 plus 71 plus 32. And that is going to give me 251, I believe. And now I just need to do 360, take away this answer, take away 251. And that makes 109 degrees. There's my final answer. Okay, question 6. So I'm going to do 63 plus 81 first. So that's going to give me 144, I think. Wait a minute. 144. So now let's do 360. Take away 144, and that is going to give me 216 degrees. Okay. Right, final 2 questions. Now here, I need to use a special rule, and that is that opposite angles are equal when I've got 2 straight lines meeting each other. So this angle here is going to be 32, and now I can just cover up this bit to try and ignore it, and I'm going to have a straight line here. So 180, take away 32, and that is going to give me it's going to be for me 148 degrees. And therefore this one is also 148 degrees, and you can check to add up all these and it should add to 360. Now, this one is very much an extension question. I'm not going to do a video on this one, but give it a go for yourself and come and see me to check your answer. That one will definitely be worth a couple of house points. Okay, as always, come and see me if you need any help, and thank you for listening.